everyone, welcome to Chef Kamila's plant-based paradise. Today we are going to make asparagus bruschetta from Tuscany. I've been on holidays recently there and I got a bit surprised because for me bruschetta has always been, a toasted bread with pieces of tomatoes, olive oil and basil. But the chef of a small family restaurant told me that no, that bruschetta is basically a toasted bread that has some cream on it. And so, she brought asparagus bruschetta on the table, and at first I was a little bit like, really? This is bruschetta? But yes, it is, and I've been in heaven. I tasted that bruschetta and yeah, it was like unbelievable. Every year I've tried different recipes with asparagus and I've never really fallen in love with it. But this is the first recipe that reached my heart, and I went to that chef. It was a woman, Italian woman. Actually, it was in the middle of Tuscany, in a place called Roccata de Righi. This really beautiful place on the hill with the houses made out of stones. And it's funny thing because when you're in Italy, normally I eat lunch at noon or at 1 o'clock, and there everything is closed. It's like a siesta. But I was lucky that that was the only restaurant that was open. So we went in and we ordered bruschetta because that was the only thing that was vegan. And as you know, I don't eat gluten and I don't eat sugar, and this is by choice, not by health conditions. But vegan is vegan. So wherever I go, if I have to eat carrots, just with carrots, then I will eat carrots. But for Italy, together with my fiancé Gabor, we decided, okay, to have some fun and feel like on holidays, we will quit on gluten and sugar, and actually it will be a test for us to see how we feel after like nearly 1.5 years, without this product. And so we ordered the bruschetta, and yeah, and I just flew away. So it was really good experience, and it's very, very simple because we need just asparagus, we need salt, we need onion. The key here is good quality olive oil. I advise you to invest in a high quality olive oil, which is extra virgin, cold press, although it's not always relevant unfortunately. I was really lucky to be in Tuscany this year, and I brought olive oil from there. Actually, I bought it in the shop called Cope, so it wasn't really from a local producer, but really amazing olive oil. It just came with a very unfortunate bottle because it was dripping all around. So I invented my own bottle. This is a bottle from a juice, and I just put that topping here, so I always get the right amount of olive oil on my bruschettas and whatever recipes I do. In the restaurant, the bruschetta was on a normal bread, but here, as this is the place for gluten, sugar-free food, which is completely plant-based, meaning vegan, I will use gluten-free bread. It's actually, I bought it. You can find it in the store. Okay, I think it's enough of talking. It's time for cooking. So let me show you how it's done. So join me. What we've done so far is that we cut the hard parts from asparagus. It's very important to cut it because you can cook it as long as you want, but they will remain hard. It's your choice. If you like that, you can keep it, but I highly advise to cut the hard end. Normally it's a problem for me because I don't really like to cut so much of vegetables, but in here it's really important to cut quite a lot from the end, so you keep just that soft, nice part. So that's what we've done so far. And also what is very important in this recipe is that you cut the onions very finely. So you know, cut it in a very tiny pieces. Then you can even chop it, because what will happen in a moment is that we will heat up a pan, put olive oil there, and we will sweat it until they become translucent golden color, and they will basically break into even smaller pieces, and they will become like a mush. And we will anyway, at the end we will mash it, but that's the point. We want the onions to turn almost into puree. So please, yeah, cut them finely. Watch out for your fingers. Always tackle your, you know, fingers while you cut it. If you are interested, please let me know in the comments below. I can make a special video on the, you know, cutting techniques. So please let me know. Alright, so let's cook. So for this recipe we will use a steamer. I use very simple version. It's just a pot, and you know, it has a one layer with a hose like a strainer. You put it on the top and then you cover it. It's very important that your lid covers the pot completely, so the steam is not going away, because otherwise, first of all, it can burn you, and second of all, your veggies won't steam for a long time. So if you don't have appropriate lid, you can use a kitchen cloth, and you just, you know, place it on the top. Just pay attention that it doesn't fall on the heat, and that it doesn't cause the fire. And basically, you know, you cover it with the lid, and then it's vacuumed, so the steam won't be going away. And here the security always comes first. Whenever you want to check your vegetables, if they are ready and whatever, then, you know, there is steam. Steam is hot and you can burn yourself. So you always open the pot. You always open the pot, you know, from yourself, not towards yourself, or from yourself. And I know that it might sound silly, but it already happened to me that in a rush, you know, I wanted to check whether it's ready or not, and I just like, and then, you know, my face was completely like totally red, luckily not burned, but yeah, just be careful. And the last advice for steaming, you know, in the pot, I will just show you in a moment how it's done. You just need tiny bit of water, like enough that the pot doesn't burn, but it shouldn't touch this part. The water shouldn't touch this part, because we are steaming, not cooking. Of course, on the market there are many fancy steamers, so it's really your choice how you steam your vegetables. This is what I have, and it's super simple and it's very efficient. And also we will use a stainless steel pan. What we will do here, we will heat it up and put generous amount of olive oil. Normally I cut on oil when I'm frying, sauteing, and whatever I'm cooking on the pan, but here in this recipe it's important that, yeah, we need to be generous with that olive oil. I will write down in the recipe the exact amount, so don't worry. And you want to heat it up first, that it's warm, and then you want to reduce the heat to like medium high, low medium, and then we will put onions, and you will hear that sizzling sound that is like best sound in the kitchen. And we will sprinkle salad on the top. And why do we do that? It's because salt opens the pores, like onions pores, therefore the liquid and the aroma will get out to the surface. And also, I don't know whether it's true or not, but my mom says that it's like easy to digest. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know, moms are always right, so I don't discuss with her on that. And then we will add, you know, steamed asparagus. But alright, so let me show you how it's done, and then we are ready. Let's try. If you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and down below in the comments please let me know if you've ever eaten asparagus bruschetta, and I'm the only one who didn't know it exists. And also, if you have any wishes for asparagus recipes, please let me know as well down below in the comments. The season for asparagus starts, so it's really nice, you know, to cook from seasonal vegetables from your local markets. Let's support local markets. I think it's the time to stop talking and start eating. Oh my god. It's heaven, really.